Hi, you're listening to Phil DeBella, and this is Flashcast by PDP. Today I'm going to talk about a fun list, otherwise known as a bucket list. And I'm going to do this while I'm walking on the amazing grounds of Eden Retreat down in the Currumbin Valley. And one of the fortunate things that I put in my fun list many, many years ago, and going back the first time, that's 14 years ago, was to come to a health retreat. Since then, I've probably done about 15 of them, and I never regret them. I haven't been to Eden for 5 years, and can I say it's an absolutely amazing experience. And what I wanted to do is talk about fun lists or bucket lists. And I don't use the term bucket list. I used to, but it was brought to my attention that a bucket list could be a bit morbid, especially after the movie came out and all the rest of it. But anyway, I gave it some thought and I thought, fun list is a really good way to put it. It ties into my mantra that life is measured in moments. It's something that I believe in, talk about a lot. You would have heard it on the Flashcast. If this is your first Flashcast, well, welcome. I talk about personal, professional, and family. And today I want to talk about my fun list. And my fun list, and it's not about gloating, and it's not about talking about my fun list for my purpose. It's for the listeners to listen to. And I encourage that everybody goes about, if you have not already, in setting up a fun list or bucket list or goals list, things to do, whatever it is, but all in line with the theme that life is measured in moments. And again, I'm doing this as I wander the beautiful tracks here of Eden Retreat. So if you hear me puffing a little bit, it might be because I'm going up a hill. But, if there's nothing more serene, you'll probably hear birds in the background, and hopefully you do. But yeah, out in the wilderness. So one of the things I put on my list many years ago was to do health retreat. Now, as I said, my fun list is made up of stuff that I want to do personally and with family. So I don't put any professional things on the list. It's purely personal and family. And what it all comes down to is the theme that life is measured in moments. And I say that when we pass, there's a great poem written, The Dash, and on our tombstone, if you've been to a cemetery or you had someone pass, you see that on the tombstone, it's the date they were born with a dash and then the date they die. And what happens, especially obviously at a funeral with the eulogy, is that somebody or many people get up and talk about the moments. They talk about that dash. And the poem, The Dash, really highlights it well. So I suggest you Google it and have a look at it. But it's all about, what do you want people to say about your eulogy? How are you going to create your life is measured in moments? Now, what I do with the fun list is it actually is your list to enjoy, aspire to, and then reflect on, obviously, whilst you're living. So what I do with my fun list is I put things on there from as simple as visit a health retreat to as extravagant as, which I still haven't done, go to the Blue Grotto in Italy, and I still haven't done that. There's, about 150 odd items on my fun list, and I've ticked off about 70 or 80 of them, but there's many more to go. And what I do is I put a list there from small things to major things, personal and family, and I aspire to achieve them. And every year I aim to tick off at least 3 things on that list. So one of my goals becomes, how can I tick off a minimum of 3 things off my fun list this year? Now, this year, obviously last year, COVID, doesn't matter. There were still things I could tick off. Things like drive a rally car, which a good friend of mine, Alex Nicolini, and his wife Justine gifted for my birthday. It was always on my fun list, and I was able to drive a rally car. Another one was to be able to do 5 chin-ups, which I was able to tick off this year. So you can see that things can be very small to very big. It doesn't matter. Your fun list is not there to impress anybody else. Your fun list is purely there for you to set some things to look forward to, personally and family, not professionally, that you aspire to. It's what makes you get up, go to work, be the best you can be, earn a living, making money, which is a resource, so that you can enjoy moments. And again, it's in that order. Life is measured in moments. You need to know what sort of moments you're looking to want to have in future through your fun list. Then you go and work and you make money, which is a resource to be able to achieve, which ties back and close off the circle of life is measured in moments. And this to me is something that we don't do enough of. So what does a fun list actually do for me? Well, it motivates me. I've done very well in business, and I'm very grateful for that. I've got a beautiful family that's healthy, and I'm grateful for that. All obviously without its ups and downs. It's all about the journey, not the destination. And people only see what's above the water in terms of the iceberg. And there's a great meme that shows that. People see the iceberg and think, oh, it's beautiful, it's great. But not many people understand what's underneath that iceberg and how deep the roots go and what it takes to actually achieve whatever position someone's in. And that goes for everybody. Everybody's got a story. Everybody's life's full of ups and downs. Everybody's life is full of jubilation. It's also full of moments that they wish to either regret or forget. And that's part of life. That's the journey of life. And what I believe a fun list does is it is a great way to reflect. And I keep it on the notes of my phone. And anytime I'm feeling a little bit down, or what am I doing this for, or all these negative thoughts come into our head, remember 60,000 thoughts a day come into our head, I refer to my fun list and I look at it and I go, wow, look at the cool stuff I've been able to do, from desert safaris in Dubai, taking the family to Hawaii, visiting the Panama Canal. I mean, amazing things, but things I still want to do, like Oktoberfest in Germany, I haven't done, African safari with the family, eat tapas and drink sangria in Spain. And you can see a lot of my stuff, obviously, probably because I'm in the hospitality industry, but you don't have to be in hospitality to appreciate hospitality, revolves around food and beverage, like eating tapas and drinking sangria in Spain. Because it's not about the tapas and the sangria. You can have that here in Brisbane. You can have it in Melbourne. You can have it anywhere. It's about actually affiliating it to a moment of traveling to Spain and capturing that moment. And that's one way I've done it. But, things like visiting Italy to drink coffee in Italy, is an amazing thing for me. Taking the kids to Legoland in America, gambling in in Las Vegas, which I'm not a big gambler, but it was just a highlight, through to a boat ride in Lake Como with Jana. These are just amazing things. So anytime I'm feeling down or low, or, what am I doing this for? Or those negative thoughts creep into my head, whether it's, business or bills or whatever's going on. And I do a bit of a stop and check and go, what am I doing this for? I'm doing this so I can measure my life in moments. I'm doing this so that I can tick off fun list items. Let's go back and have a look at some of the stuff I've been able to do, and let's look at the stuff that I aspire to do for myself, but also with my family. And that's in short what the fun list does. It's a reference point. It's a tool. It's a resource to keep me inspired, to keep me grounded, to keep me grateful, to keep me moving forward. All of these things is what my fun list does. And that's why I encourage everybody to have a fun list. And it can be as simple as, or as elegant and extravagant as you want it to be. It's your list. It's not there to impress anybody. It's there to keep you motivated. It's there to keep you a reminder of why you do what you do. And especially in the times when you're doing it tough, when you think that things, aren't going your way or they're not going your way, it's a reminder of what that the tough times create the good times, and it makes it even more worth it. There's no limit on how many items you want to put on your fun list. There's no limit on how, what it entails. Again, I keep saying it's your list. And rather than call it a bucket list, which, has a negative connotation that, you're in a rush and you need to achieve it because you're not going to be here for long. The fun list is just ever growing. And I have things on there I keep putting on there, or I take off, or I change my mind. And that's okay. It's my list, right? But what the purpose of it is, it ties into my whole ideology that life is measured in moments. It's got nothing to do with professional. It's purely personal and family. These are the key takeaways. Keep it about, moments. Keep it about personal and family. Don't keep it about professional, right? And make sure that you make that list. But when you do something on it, you put done next to it, what year, and you leave it there. And that's an important part that I'll finish on. You need to leave that list active. Even if you've completed it, you need to put. So what I do is I write done, D-O-N-E in capitals, and the year that I did it next to it. So it's a reminder. It's a reminder of the stuff that I've been able to do because I go and do what other people are not prepared to do. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but the common denominator of success is forming a habit of doing what others are not prepared to do. And that's where opportunity lies, and that's where opportunity turns into creating resources, which is obviously finances. Finances allows you to achieve things on your fun list and measure your life in moments. So I hope that's helped. I hope you rush off, or if you haven't already, and create your fun list. Till next time, you've been listening to Phil Di Bella, and this is Flashcast by PDB.